Parenting guilt. I know we all experience it, but sometimes it feels a little different when you're the father and you only see your kids a limited amount of time. I feel like as a dad who only sees my kids like sometimes 2, 3 days a week, I feel a lot more guilty when I have to yell at them and discipline them. And, I have 4-year-old twins and they're not the easiest kids. I mean, they're good overall. Like, yeah, they're good, but they're a handful. And I have a 8-year-old as well. So when they're all together, all they do is fight and 90% of the time get on my nerves. And I always feel super guilty about it. Like, why am I so mad? Why am I so upset? And then it'll be funny because like I'll scream at them about like throwing food or fighting or hitting each other or whatever, and then I'll go to drop them off and they'll go for like 3 or 4 more hugs, and I'll be like, oh, thank God they still love me. Like, obviously me yelling at them one time isn't gonna ruin their whole like thought of who I am as a person, but when in the moment that's how I feel, and I get so frustrated because I'm like, you guys don't understand, we have a very limited time. I'm only going to see you till Sunday. Then I got to bring you home. And you're sitting here punching your sister. It's not cool. And you're scratching him and you're breaking toys. Like, it's kind of not fair to me, you know? The dad has to be like the stern one. And at the same time, you want to be the fun one, You want to be the one that makes them laugh. But you can never really get them to understand, like, hey, dude, we're only here a few days. Maybe chill. Like, stop breaking things, stop breaking your sister's toys, stop fighting with each other. And it can be very frustrating and demoralizing because when I yell at them, sometimes I feel like after, like, man, I'm the worst dad in the world. Like I said, I would never be this guy, but you still have to discipline them. And I also feel some guilt with like my back injury because I can't pick them up. I can't play like I used to. And all the time, it's Dada, pick me up, Dada, give me a piggyback ride, like the things that dads do. Like, it's a dad thing. No offense to the moms, but like moms do it too. But like carrying your kids and putting them on your shoulders, like that's such a dad move. And now that move is out of my arsenal, It also gets frustrating feeling like I'm guilty over not providing enough. And even though it's like I'm providing like food, shelter, the bare minimum, I wish I could do more. And I'm sure every parent thinks the same thing. They wish they could do more. They ask me to go to McDonald's or go to Chuck E. Cheese, or why can't we go to arcade, or why can't we go out to eat? And it's like, I'm broke. I'm a college student right now. I'm trying to get back into, the workforce. It's hard out here. And you think that it's so important to do these things, but my kids are always excited to come to my house. My kids are always excited to see me. They don't need you to take them to extravagant places. They don't need you to do anything special every single time you see them, which I get wrapped up in a lot, where I think that I need to take them to places or do things. And there's a quote that always sticks with me. It's that a bad parent doesn't worry if they're a good parent. So as long as you're still worried that you're being bad, I guess you're still a good parent. And I consider myself a good parent overall. But it's like these little moments, where you just, they're getting on your nerves and you just want to just hit a kid. But you're not gonna. Disclaimer, I'm not gonna hit a kid. I've never hit my kids. But you want to. And you have that burning rage of like, just be good. And none of them can seem to comprehend it. And all that limited time, like by the end of the weekend, they go home, they give me extra hugs and kisses, like, wait, one more hug. And it's the sweetest thing ever. But like an hour before that, I was just screaming at them for throwing food, like, something silly. And now it's like, oh, what was I so worried about? Like, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna hate me. Like, at some point, they're gonna hate me. I know that. Like, when they're teenagers or hormones, whatever. But like, I don't want them to hate me now. I want them to like be like, yo, my dad's the best. And a lot of times, I'm not the best. Like, people will ask me advice or whatever, like some friends in the army and stuff when they were having kids, like, oh, you seem like you got this shit, like you got it under control. Well, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. And I just say, like, all you gotta do is show up. Be there. You just gotta be in the same area as them. Like, let them talk about the stuff they like the stupid, like, oh, look at this doll and look at her dress, or oh, look at this little action figure I got, like, and just listen and just say, oh wow, that's cute, oh wow, that's pretty. It's like so easy. It is. And I feel like we put so much stock into, like, am I taking them places, am I bringing them out to eat, am I giving them experiences and culture, and am I doing everything right, when none of it matters. Like, is it cool to do that? Yeah. Do I wish I could still do it? Yeah. But at the end of the day, that doesn't define being a good parent or a bad parent. And I heard a quote that a bad parent doesn't worry if they're a good parent. So as long as you're, like, worried about, like, am I doing this right? Then you're still kind of considered a good parent, you know? Like, you still give a shit enough to consider it and want to do better. And I guess that's my little spiel for today. Being a parent ain't easy, whether it's part-time, full-time, shared custody, whatever. But you just got to show up. And that guilt, you're going to feel it no matter what. You could be buying them everything in the world, you could be providing everything, and you're going to still think, like, damn, is it enough? The answer is it's never going to be enough, because of how much you love your kids and your family, and you want to give them everything. So just be a little easier on yourself, and I guess I'll try to do the same. All right, thanks.